Hi everybody, it's Miss Heather. This week I wanted to send some ideas to refresh a tried and true favorite with our preschool age kiddos, and that's Play-Doh. Play-Doh, as you know, is such a good sensory activity. It works on fine motor skills, and you can incorporate anything you have around the house with your Play-Doh. So I thought this would be a good week for us to go over some new activities with Play-Doh in case your kids are getting a little bit bored or tired with the regular Play-Doh play. And in my email for the week, I also attached a website that has a bunch of fine motor skills that are great to do with Play-Doh. So I'm going to demonstrate some ideas here. I set up some of my homemade Play-Doh, but you can use regular Play-Doh, obviously. Making homemade Play-Doh is another good sensory activity with the kids, and I can include a really good recipe that I have. For this one, we added pink food dye and some glitter, and then my son made his green, and you can add oils or anything, but that'll be in the email as well. So obviously just letting the kids have the opportunity to just play around with it, feel it, squeeze it, roll it, pinching it between the finger and the thumb is a really good exercise to show your kids and have them try to demonstrate. This works on the fine motor dexterity and finger strength. Rolling it, which is a little bit more advanced, that also helps with the fine motor. And then giving tools. So you probably have a roller, whether it's a Play-Doh roller or one in your kitchen. So you can roll out some Play-Doh. And then cookie cutters. Plastic cookie cutters, I don't recommend the metal because they're kind of sharp. But plastic cookie cutters you can get pretty cheap. I think I got these at the dollar store. They're fun to make shapes with, and you can talk about them and lining them up. You can incorporate counting in any of these activities that you wanted. So regular old cookie cutters. If you have a kiddo that loves cars and like these little Matchbox cars, you can roll out Play-Doh and then see what fun lines the tires make. And if you rolled out like a smooth surface of Play-Doh, you can have them investigate and feel the tracks of the cars. So that's a fun activity. Something else you could do, anything with a shape. So a play cup, sometimes we use regular Solo cups and mush it in. And then kids love to play pretend. So if you're sitting with them with Play-Doh, give them a couple cups and say, okay, let's make some hot chocolate. And they squeeze it up and voila, we have hot chocolate. Okay, let's roll some marshmallows in our hot chocolate. And then demonstrate either the finger thumb or the rolling. And then they can add marshmallows to their hot chocolate, etc., etc. So that's another thing you can do. I'm gonna roll out some more. Depending on your child's level and safety with tinier objects like beads. I took these from my fall sensory bin, but putting any of these in the Play-Doh and pushing them in and covering them. Kids love to try to find objects in Play-Doh, and again, that pincer grasp is really important. To strengthen the hands and the fingers of this age. So any of these large beads are fun to put in. And you can make a counting activity with this, obviously. You can line them up, count them. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I put 3 on my circle of Play-Doh? Can you put 3 beads on your circle of Play-Doh? Or we had made a cow. Can you feed the cow 2 beads? And then they would put 2 on the cow, or whatever shape you had made. So it's really easy to incorporate shapes and counting. You can also make an easy one-to-one correspondence activity. A lot of your kiddos have one-to-one correspondence goals. So if you make tiny circle discs out of Play-Doh, you can say, okay, Johnny, let's put 1 bead on each circle, or cotton ball, or whatever you're using, whatever you have at home. And if they place 1 bead on each, voila, they're practicing one-to-one correspondence. 1 bead per 1 circle, one-to-one correspondence. I don't know if you, oops, sorry. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see what else. Oh, and then I also have a set of tangrams. I don't know if you've heard of tangrams. They're in every school. It's these little shapes. They're wooden shapes. And what the kids have to do is create different shapes using the little shapes. So this is a little more advanced of an activity, but they do sell them in different levels and different sizes. So they're really nice wooden. You can, again, bring them back to Play-Doh and push them in the Play-Doh and play around there. And then they come with these cards that you can fill in with the shapes, and they're color coded so the kiddos can put the yellow, and you can support them as needed with this if they were up to this. But this is a good holiday gift idea for this age. Again, they have them in a lot of the schools. So hopefully you can use some of these ideas. One last thing that I'll show you that I wanted to show you when I roll out the Play-Doh are stencils. I know we haven't seen stencils around too much lately, unless you're a Hobby Lobby fan or something, but they're really, really cheap, either at the dollar store or on Amazon. And you can get letters, numbers, shapes, but these are fantastic for Play-Doh, and the kids really get a kick out of seeing the letters or numbers or whatever show up in the Play-Doh. Kind of pops out. So that's just another extension if you're trying to incorporate more exposure to letters, numbers, that kind of thing. Popsicle sticks, they can use as tools. There's just so much you can do with Play-Doh, and hopefully I gave you some new ideas, some fresh ideas to get your kiddos more interested. And don't put your kids in front of Play-Doh every single day. I would expose them to Play-Doh maybe once or twice a week for like 20 minutes at a time, unless they're really into it. I've had kiddos that can sit and play with Play-Doh for an hour, and their parents tell me, like, I gave them a couple toys and they were good. Other kiddos, 15, 20 minutes, and that's good. They're ready for something else. But it's a good sensory activity. In my email this week, I'll send you all of the fine motor skills that I was talking about and the recipe for this homemade Play-Doh that lasts a long time. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know how it goes. Bye.